Hello and welcome to On-Air Talks by Double-T Vision. My name is Antonio Paiva and I am Double-T Vision Sports Program Manager. This session will be dedicated to present you all our touchscreen solution designed for broadcasts. First, let me start by saying that Double-T Vision touchscreen can integrate with Double-T Vision's complete PCR workflow or work as a standalone system. It's a highly intuitive and interactive touchscreen that simplifies the analysis of football matches for sports broadcasters. The show presenters can call touchscreen graphics with valuable information for analysis of several leagues. Our solution integrates with stats perform data, providing information that will bring added value to the studio-based analysis before, during, and after the matches. Also, the solution is possible to be located at the venue where the match is held, allowing a more valuable live production. This touchscreen is running on top of this engine, providing powerful illustration and extensive analytical tools. It can also integrate with social media and let the audience become part of the show. Double-T Vision touchscreen also provides a telestrator tool that allows the users to create graphic elements on top of video in order to highlight the most important moments of the match. Let me start to begin a brief demonstration of the tools that our touchscreen can offer. So first, let's start for selecting a league. So as you can see, the system loaded the main menu, and now on the main menu, what I have is matches. All the relevant matches of the selected competition according to the present day will be inside this tool. Rankings. With this tool, it's possible to access the most relevant rankings like top scorers, most assists, among others. Standings. Check out the overall standings, but also the recent form standings for the selected competition. Live. Change the environment of the touchscreen to a live input. Telestrator. Create some highlights on top of specific moments of match clips with graphic design tools, allowing also the integration with external video servers like EVS or external telestration tools like Piero. And also Twitter. Twitter allows you to interact with your audience, bringing their opinions and questions to your live broadcasts. At this moment, Twitter is not enabled because since it's not a live show, we don't have any tweets, and so it's warning the user that it's still not possible to access to these tools. Now, let's start by entering matches. So I have all the games that are selected by the system that are most important at this moment. So I can make travel on the system. I can expand a game so I can see, for example, the scorers. If I expand one game, all the others will be collapsed. And now inside the game, I have three tools that I can use to analyze this specific match. So I have stats, for example. I have the analyzing tools, and I have the official formation. So all of these tools will allow me to analyze in detail the match. Since let me see the stats, absolute values comparing both teams. Let me see the absolute values of stats for a specific player compared to players. And then I can also analyze the official formation that the coach has chosen, or analyze with more analytical tools that we'll see individually once I enter in the match. So to enter in the specific match, I will start with stats. So as you can see, I have the overall statistics comparing both teams of this match. And you can see at the first glance it was a very balanced game because same value of ball possession, same number of total shots. And now I can also see the statistics of a specific player. So I'll choose, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, and my choice is confirmed. And now I have the the stats for Cristiano Ronaldo. But also I can compare two players. Again, I will choose, for example, a player from France, like Mbappé, and again a player from Portugal, like for example, again, Cristiano Ronaldo. And now I can compare both players. As you can see, really intuitive and interactive system. And now I have the statistics for both players, and I can analyze the performance of each player against each other. Now, let's move to formation. On this tool, I can check the official formations for both teams. How did they start the match? I can see also the bench players, changing pages. I can, in fact, also show just one team, allowing me more to work with specific and more detail of a team, changing, for example, the position of the players. I can also change players from positions, for example. I select these two, and they will swap position, okay? And also, I can, for example, swap a player from the official formation with the bench. As you can see, let me put it back again. And let's get back to two teams on the field. Now, let's start with our analyzing tools. Let's start with action areas. Oh, sorry. Let's start with action areas. So in this graphic here, I can analyze where the action took place. As you can see, more on the midfield. So it justifies the attacking, the balanced match that occurred. Also, I can check where the teams have chosen to produce their attacks, the attacking zones, wings, left, right, center. Next tool, I have the heat maps. So let's see where the players of the teams were located. As you can see, in fact, more in the middle of the field, but also I have heat maps for individual players. Let's select a player, for example, from France. Let's see Pogba. And here you go. You have the heat map for a player. Now, let's check another tool, average positions. So average position, I can compare where the players spend most of the time playing their actions. So as you can see, in fact, the midfield was always very compact and with a lot of density players. I can also see shot plot. With shot plot, I can see the origin and the destination of the shots. Again, I can, bookmark no, I can, for example, see the passes of a player. Let me select player, like again, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo. And with this graphic, I can have a notion where did Ronaldo made its passes, if they were complete, they were incomplete, and if there was any key pass. And I can use and I can apply some filters. For example, I just want to see the complete passes. Here you go. Now I just want to analyze the incomplete passes, only 3. And now I see that Ronaldo also made a key pass, only 1. So next, I can use player touches. And with player touches, I can select a player again, from France, for example, again, Pogba, and I can see all the touches that Pogba made on the ball. So as you can see, we can see the influence that this player had on the game. And also I can see the difference between first half and second half. Okay? Get back to the total. Now, let's get back to matches. I have this up function that will take me to the board where I was. I will change my rounds in order to see not the games that already played, but some games that are scheduled, so the 4th round. Let me, for example, check Portugal against Sweden. So I have 4 tools here that will allow me to check some pre-match data information relating to this selected match. So recent form, I will check the last 5 matches outcome for the both teams on the selected competition. Then I have head-to-head. Let's check the confrontations between these 2 teams on the selected competition. Predictive formation. allows to create a predictive formation so that the commentators can analyze the possible formation that both teams will use, and so then compare it with the official formation. And also season stats. Let's check how the overall statistics for both teams on the chosen competition is at the moment. So let's enter in a match, for example. Let's start with recent form. As you can see, Portugal versus Sweden, recent form, win-win, draw, lose, lose, lose. So this will give us information regarding how is the team probably even in a mental state when they have, this team comes from 3 losses. Next, I can change for the head-to-head. And the head-to-head, since there are only 1 match between Portugal and Sweden on this competition, 1 victory to Portugal, 0 draws, and 0 wins to Sweden. And then let's see the season stats. So this way I can compare the performance of the teams until now using the tournament statistics. But also I can check again players. So let's, for example, see how Cristiano Ronaldo is doing so far on this competition. And also I can use the same function comparing to players. And a player from Sweden, for example, let's compare to strikers. Let's compare with Berg. So I have this information here, and I can compare both scenarios for the both players. Now, let's go to the predictive formation. Okay, with this I can create my own formation. I'm going to show you how I can clear a predictive formation that was already in the system, and now I can start by picking players and place them on the pitch. I'll choose this goalkeeper. Now I will choose 4 defenders. I have my 4 defenders selected, and now I can place it by the order that I've selected, and the players will be on the pitch. And again, let's select midfielders. Let's select only 3 midfielders. And again, by the order that I select them, they're on the pitch. And now let's do the forwards. And I have the team. I can also change here the players. I can also change the color of the team, for example, for orange. And now I have to save my predictive formation in order to stay on the system. And this will help me to do this. If I want to analyze something like movements of players, and I want to get back to what I used to see on my predictive formation, I just have to load. And there it is, the one that I've created originally. Okay? So regarding to matches, played matches, scheduled matches, this is all that we have. And now let's return to the main menu and talk about the other tools. Rankings. Let's start and see team rankings. So top goals scored, I can change to individual one. Players, I can expand also and see the top 20 of all the players, top scorers. Okay? Now, again, main menu. And let's enter standings. Standings. I have group 1. I can change the group here. See another group. And also, I can see standings based on the recent form. It's the same then, because it's still very few games played, so it's normal. This is correct. It's the same than the let's say, regular standings. Now, live. Live allows us to change to an environment, live environment of my studio. So I can interact with the journalists that are at the stadium, at the venue, and I can show the live action here. So let's get back to the main menu. And then Telestrator tool. So this is the telestration tool where I can control. This is an internal clip video. You can work with internal clip video, or like I've mentioned before, integration with other video servers, external video servers, like, for example, EVS. So let me start the video so I can control the moment I want to see. For example, here, I can pause it. So I can select a curved arrow in order to see possible movements of a player. I can use a curved line without arrow. Also a line. I can draw an arrow to see or to check or to show possible movements again on a straight forward movement. I can use a circle to highlight a player, for example. I can also use a square where I can highlight some areas, okay? And also, let me clear all of these tools, because I can also use a magnifier to highlight some specific moment or action that I want to highlight. Let me go to main menu again. And now let me see how easy it is to change the competition. So I will change for La Liga Santander, for example. And now if I enter the matches, now I will see the matches for another competition. And I can also consult the same tools for the scheduled matches. But also I can change my game day in order to see a match that was already played. So let's go again inside the analysis tools for this match on another competition. And let's see, for example, players' game stats on this menu over here. Let's select a player from Valencia, Gameiro, for example. And I have the stats for Gameiro. Or I can also see the player stats or the player pass map for another player. Gaia, for example. And also now, one tool that is really good in order to create your rundown is using the bookmark. So I can create a bookmark here that will take me directly to this page when I need it. I will show you how in a second. Let me get back to the main menu again. And now I can see the rankings of the selected competition. It's another competition, okay? Team, individual. I can check the standings for this competition. Again, the predictive the recent form standings. And now, as I was saying, I can use the bookmarks in order to travel to the page that I already saved on these bookmarks, and I go directly to this page that I have saved. So this allows you to create and to use the bookmarks to create all your rundown and just, if you need it, travel on the bookmarks. So I hope that with this demonstration is clear for you all the advantages of bringing a touch system into your sports productions. Just to finalize, let me remind you that all of this demo was based in that integration with Stats Perform Feeds powered by Opta and also powered by Viz Engine. But since it is built on framework layers, it's possible to adapt this solution to another data provider or to another graphic engine, like, for example, WT Vision's R3 Space Engine. Thanks, and don't forget, if you want to analyze, just keep touching. Goodbye.